Hello everybody. So today I bring you a Life Lich. You heard it correctly, it is a Life Lich. And we're gonna go cruising into an echo while we talk a little bit about this. So we are at 300 corruption, and as you can see, our Art of Decay can essentially kill most things without us having to worry too much. I'd say very pretty successful. We have killed Aberroth with this build, so it means it's Aberroth, at least normal Abbey viable, and we are still alive and on hardcore. So all good news all around. This build is actually very similar to what you I think it is Warlock Chaos Bolt? Low life Chaos Bolt Warlock? No, isn't the I guess the difference is we are kinda abusing Blossom of Immortal Stone. So we are effectively reducing all of the physical, necrotic, poison, and void damage that we take by 50% due to Aura of Decay. Because everything gets converted to physical, and then physical gets reduced by up to 50% with Aura of Decay. And here, the clear speed is not particularly speedy, but well, we are just walking around, so can you really complain? And to be fair, if you just throw a couple of Chaos Bolts, whatever, everything dies, even without the curse. You see a rare mob, you throw Chaos Bolt at it, and you just don't look at it any longer. And as you can see, it clears well, it survives well. We are at 6k ward. Oh look, then we throw a curse, and we just throw Chaos Bolt at its face, and it dies. This is 300C, so I'm pretty sure this can do like 400, maybe 500, without too much hassle. But at 300C, you can just walk around, and things eventually die. And since you are generating wards, we have enough ward gen that we don't need to worry too much about things killing us. We are reducing all physical, all necrotic, all void. Again, all good stuff. See, we have 0 void res, and we killed Abby with 0 void res. I'm not gonna lie, I found that incredibly hilarious. We'll have that video on the end. But yeah, we covered most of the things that are important. Here we are just stacking Fizz Res because Aura of Decay will eat up our Fizz Res massively, since we do have a decent amount of int. What else? And the whole shtick is running after this. We have more than 50% of current health drain per second. Because we have 10 here, there's 8 here, there's 5 here, 5 here when we kill something else. Then we have Exsanguinous removing another 8 to 20%, and the T7, well, ideally T7, here we have T6, 15%. So if you could get a good roll, tier 7, it would be another 20% instead of 15. This is still a bit work in progress, so the gear is not yet completely final. What is final is the Blood of the Exile, Eternal Gauntlets, Exsanguinous, Bone Clamor, at least for the foreseeable future, Blossom of the Immortal, which is our chosen Primordial, and Flayer's Pride. Then currently we're using this, because why not? It's just a few more free dots, and some attributes, and for not much of a loss. You can also run, I could also have run an Exalted ring, still up in the air. Here, yes, we are using a rare ring because we need that for our resist to cap out our elemental res. Ideally, would have something better, maybe even dip into, we could get the good rolls, we'll call it, the Orobyss ring, I can't remember, but you know the one. It applies Doom on melee hit, gives you movement speed, has elemental res, all of that good stuff. And the reason why I thought about maybe we could even apply Doom because of Harvest. Do we care about Doom? No, it would just be a bit more free damage, I suppose. Yeah, here we are using a Praetorian belt. I'm still not yet sure. We can probably just run a Blue Masters, which would be a decent amount of armor and more health overall. It's still a bit up in the air. I'm still fiddling with it. I just wanted to share because the idea the whole low life idea seems to work just fine on Lich. You can probably also do this with life, dropping Exagonus and everything, and just go fully into this node and Life Lich. Max that out and go into Life Lich, and you can probably do just as well or even better. I just didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to deal with Reperform, so we just made a very chill to play Lich that doesn't rely on Reperform, so there is absolutely no sense of urgency, so your Reperform does not follow. Okay, now let's get on to skills. Okay, so for skills we have Ripblood. I mean, this is how I actually leveled the character, kind of. No, it was literally this. They went Ripblood, Bone Curse, fairly straightforward combo with bleed and a dagger for bleed, and it would go pretty well. Actually, I'm not sure this is actually properly working or not. Which might, again, work in progress. There might still be some changes here and there. We went here because we do not want Blood Orbs. We could have went Necrotic. Problem is, when you go Necrotic, the bleed chance turns to damned, so we cannot go Necrotic to get the ward. So I just opted to completely remove Blood Orbs, so it doesn't screw with our ward gen. On Curse, we go bleed, obviously, more damage, kill threshold, so we have some. The explosion is nice, more bleed application, yada yada. And another reason why kill threshold is very important is for Marotique, because then you have a very high every time you're essentially always killing stuff with Bone Curse for the most part. Most of the times you are killing stuff with Bone Curse because it will trigger Felling Strike, so it will just get us our armor a bit of damage reduction. It's only 8%, but hey, it's up almost all the time. It's good. Then Chaos Bolts. We go for, this is really important. The theorized build has at least 4k HP, so that means that's 200% more damage on your dots from Chaos Bolt. That's why I wanted to go low life and keep life the lowest possible. And here, just the usual, you go Ripple autocast, Harvest autocast, more damage. And then we go for the health against cursed and more curse to refresh Bone Curse, so you don't have to worry about refreshing it. Again, I thought about maybe putting a couple more points here, but I found that the cast speed was probably better. You can just drop points from cast speed and put them there. I don't think this is worth sacrificing because it is just free multiplier, because you will always have 75 cold res, so you can already guarantee that you'll have like 15%, almost 20%, 18% more damage at least, generally. For 2 points, sounds pretty good. And then you also get the bonus of having a bit of freeze rate and occasionally you freeze stuff. If you so want, you can drop this and just max that out. Either way, okay. Hour of Decay. How I spec Hour of Decay, I went for the element application, bleed conversion first. Then we go for the element frequency. Frequency go there. We don't care about the frequency on ourselves because we are using Exsanguinous, just so... That's why I wanted to use Exsanguinous on this build, because I didn't want to deal with any of that. So we just go Exsanguinous and we don't care. Here, and then the most important thing, reduce your damage taken, reduce enemy resist. I still pondered on dropping this and putting a single point there, just to have some poison novas, but ended up just going there. It's more reliable. And then area. Nothing all that amazing, just this is really important, though, minus damage taken. This is what makes us take 50% less damage of physical, void, necrotic, and poison. And then harvest. Well, full into bleed, get all the more damages you can get, more area, because this one, I don't think... According to what I heard from Mike, these kind of things do not apply to ailments, like the conditional hits. So I just went for more area. And yeah, since we're not directly using it, if we were directly using Harvest, maybe. So I can see you can also try this with Harvest. Dropping Chaos Bolt, maybe going with Harvest and trying to go low life could also probably work. The setup is for the bleeds to do damage, and that setup relies on the passives and not exactly just the skills. Like more damage from the axe, more damage over time. Then this is just int. And yeah, and then more physical penetration. Again, you can run this basic idea of low life lich with more skills than what I have here. So yeah, feel free to mess around with it. I sure will. Now going on to the passives proper. So on Acolyte we go get the increased damage and current health drain per second. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't bother us, and just free increased damage. Again, give missing health gain as 1 per second. Why would you not get it? And more health drain, which amplifies our more damage over time multiplier. Here we go for more bleed duration. Essentially a damage multiplier for bleed and increased physical damage, so that. And here we just go in and more retention because we are low life. As much retention we can get, we'll get it. More log. We go just enough to get the bleed overload and the automated rip bloods. Just more hits for more bleeding. And another more overall more damage multiplier along with that. Or the more damage to cursed. And here we grab the Lich. We do 2 points here just so we can grab the Lich negation. Then we plop 7 points there for the mana regen. I mean, it's just a bit of armor mitigation. I'm not even sure this is 100% needed. You might want to fiddle around with this and figure that maybe the points are better invested here, or the points from here are better invested there. Again, there's a lot of stuff that depends, because it really depends on how much bleed chance you have, right? On the final planner, I have a 543% bleed chance if you get everything rolled nicely. So you kind of want that little extra bleed, because then there's a pretty decent chance you'll apply 6 stacks instead of 5. Same logic here, with those 28%, we're guaranteeing the 4 stacks and having a slight chance of applying 5 stacks. 6 stacks with Chaos Bolt, because it has 100% increased chance to bleed. Here we go for the ward per second and a bit of resist. It's just free, it's just nice, and there's... Sure, we could go for the shared increased damage over time. I didn't feel like it does that much, and the Skelly Guardians are kinda eh. So yeah, then we went for the retention, then for the damage, eventually when we actually got to low life, and we started pumping into here as well. Here 1 point, 6% more health, why would you not get it? It's free. 1 point there to unlock the delayed hit from bosses and rares. And here you go for the all important more damage per 7% current drain, which at this point is probably around... not 7 or 8% more damage. Around that. Here you go for 10% more damage because we are using an axe. Pity you're not using our catalyst nor a dagger, because the player's pride is really nice. It's just free bleed penetration, which is essentially our more multiplier. Here we go for the less damage taken, and then here we go for 5 pointers. Very nice, more ward per second, and then we can just jack it up for more int, meaning more increased damage, more ward retention, and more multiplier. So yeah, why not? And this is essentially the build. Oh, for idols, we are using Fizzres idols along with Bleed and Bleed Pen, because we really need all of that Fizzres. I theorized have I'll have the an idealized planner at the end. Yeah, it will need all the these need to be all with double weaver affixes. So, like, oh, I don't have a single one with fizz. So you want fizz res, weaver, the blue fizz res, and you want the blue bleed chance, essentially, and you want 4 of them. And then here we'll run double health, double max health and elemental resists. And here we'll have another one. Frailty, we might need to swap. Then this is all the variants. You might not have, say, frailty on your gloves, and you might need frailty, so you just slot in one idol of these that has frailty chance. It will be doing enough hits to proc it. Proc frailty to 3 on bosses at least, which is the most important thing. Oh, right, I didn't mention this. We just went to Twisted Heart for the cast speed. Really. Cast speed and increased health. Because we're not really getting much ward. It helps when we kill stuff to delete the health that we gain on kill, but that's not why we take it. We take it because the cast speed. The strength is nice, it's the cast speed and the health. And blessings. We go for health on Riot, we go for bleed chance on the big thick dragon. Because we only care about elemental res and fizz res. All the other reses are completely irrelevant, except necrotic, because we are using it to get a bit of ward from one climber, but acolyte naturally gets overcapped necrotics. It's an afterthought. Here we go for armor, and here we go for fizz res. It's really important, this fizz res blessing, else we'd be on negative territory or under 75 territory. We have 159, 83. And here we went for ward per second. As you can see, it's like min blessing, min blessing, min blessing. And these two are the most important ones. The bleed chance and the fizz res. And this killed Abby. As it is. That's unlucky, and that's a very badly rolled Blossom of Immortal. But, well, this is gonna be hard to find, because it is a drop only. You go here, Dragon Bone, also is lacking increased fizz damage. Again, still plenty of ways to improve this. It has already killed Aberroth. I'll have Aberroth at the end of the video, and you can always check. So, sorry, this one is a bit all over the place. It just this basis has so many possibilities. It was difficult for me to just stay straight up on topic. Well, either way, I'll leave you a small clip after this showing what the next build I'm working on, which will end up probably being another low Life Lich, but it's something else completely, nothing to do with this, and it's a properly automated thing. You can see the clip at the end, and then we'll get the guide will be out eventually. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. This is what we're working on currently. See how it goes. Let's go dip a toe in.
The altar of oblivion.
So you finally returned to me, and with a guest. But first, prove yourselves worthy.
Aberroth! Face us yourself!
There's Mara. Yeah, I kinda want my aura to deal with this. Damage is pretty decent.
Entertain my dear sister for a moment.
Traveler, don't worry about me.
Such wasted potential. Orobyss would have welcomed you.
The avoid res on Orobyss is funny though.
You fight for nothing. The void comes. We got worthless. See the beauty we were denied. The terror turned her back on us. Darkness reigns. The void comes.
Get your ass over here, Aberroth.
We get worthless. Your will departs. They deserve their fates. Darkness reigns. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy, Oblivion.
Take that to the place. That's not great. Good.
The void comes. Orobyss. This is his answer. The void hungers. You fight for nothing. The void hungers. We got worthless.
Oh, nice, we did it. Nice, nice. Ah. That at the moment there, I thought I was screwed. And they're still plenty. We are still lagging a lot of damage. But yeah, that's nice.